Hello. Hey YouTube, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Today, I'm just going to do some stuff. I'm just going to do some Gleam programming. I've got loads of little bits and bobs I want to do. And seems like now's as good a time as any. I haven't streamed in a little while because I didn't stream for a little while because I went on holiday and I got out of the flow of it. Whoa! Straight in there with the sub. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Rentillis is my pal. Yeah. And Marzibus says, hello. Hello. Yes, as I was saying, I took a break and I came back. And then my surge protector extension cable power splitter thing exploded. Not literally, but it sounded like it was going to. I'd plug it in, and I'd turn it on, and it'd go make a really horrible noise, and it made me nervous to plug in my expensive computer and monitor and everything into it. So I found a smaller one that worked, but then I couldn't plug in my lights, and then if I streamed, you couldn't see me. So yeah, that didn't really work. But I've got a new one now, as you can see. I'm lit up. So we can do streaming again. When did I last stream? It's been a little while. And I've got some people have followed me since. Gosh, that's very, very strange of them. This channel's not streaming. Let's follow them. How long ago was the last one? How do I find out? I'm looking at YouTube at the moment and I can't figure out. 2 whole weeks. So that was... So who's joined in? So it's been Miavan 2, thank you. Dojo Drummer, that's a cool name. Thank you very much. Pablo's Project, Winnie, Tachi, 7xeo, 7xeo, Colt and Colton99. Thank you so much, everybody. Much appreciated. So. There's a few things I want to do. First one is the Gleam JavaScript library, which is a library that provides common types and functions that most JavaScript programs are going to need. For example, promises, JavaScript arrays, that kind of thing. We removed a mutable reference type from it. Well, I removed a mutable reference type from it because most of the time it's the wrong thing to use. And I didn't want it to be quite as prominent. But now the main user of it, the lovely Peter Saxon, congratulations, by the way, Peter, on getting married. He's been using it for some performance stuff in a compiler that he's made. So we want to, we don't want to mess him over. We want to give him a nice thing to upgrade to. So I should do that. I should have done it at the time, really, but I didn't. And I've got a really lovely, let's see if I can show you. Where is Safari? I can't see it. It's not on the list. Oh, here it is. Boom. So if you go to github.com/gleamlang/cookbook, you can see it's a repo. But it has a bunch of how do you do this? How do you do that? I would like to do a few things. I would like to split this out a little bit. So it says working with files. I'd like to split this into how to delete something, how to create something, etc. So it's a bit more fine-grained, a bit easier to understand. And I'd like to add a few more examples to this. So a good one that we could add right away is CSVs. That'd be quite a useful thing. Lovely. Okay, so what's... Hi, it's been a while since I've caught a stream. I haven't done many streams lately. I was just saying that I had a problem with my lights, so I wasn't able to stream. I'd just be in darkness. Sinner, hello. Oh, you've got a badge next to your name. What does that mean now? You've won, you did some awards thing. You completed all the categories of the Twitch Predict Streamer Awards. Ooh. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Let me... Phew, I managed to hit the mute in time. I've just realised also I don't have any water. So, thank you, Straw Melon Juice, thank you. I've realised I don't have any water. So, I don't want to die in a few minutes, so I should get some water. Yes, okay. All right, I'm going to get some water and then we're back, and then we can start doing things. So it's a lovely rainy day here in London. I hope it's just as nice where you are. Ooh. Go outside. We don't go outside. We're programmers. We don't do that sort of thing. I had a coaster. Where's my coaster gone? This is why you don't tidy up, because then you can't find anything. I found it. Do you like my coaster? I think it's very cute. Tidying is an anti-pattern. Yeah, exactly. What's the, it's not a mess, it's a cache. Hey Pink Yoshi, how's it going? iSense, welcome. Same weather here in Lisbon. Hey, Nell Maven, how's it going, friend? I like your little owl picture. Very cool. Got people in YouTube and Twitch right now. Very exciting. And Druid Virgin has a little dinosaur icon. I quite like that. GlitchCon. I see. Ed, welcome. Lots of nice people today, eh? Okay. This t-shirt's a little bit... Oh, sorry. This t-shirt is a little bit uncomfortable. How annoying. Hey, more Joy Division people here. Oh yeah, no programming gloves. Oh god, you can tell I'm really good at this. It's still the morning for me, you see. I start functioning at about 2 in the afternoon, so it's all a bit skew-iff. Should I take the time to plug anything before we go? We are. It's not public yet, or it's not shared about yet. But we've got a merch store. Ooh. So if you want some cool Gleam merch, you've come to the right place. If I can only find left gloves. Where's the right gloves? There we go. There's a right glove. Drives me crazy when you get to work and you've got a t-shirt that's scratching you somewhere at the back of your neck and you have to deal with it the whole day. Yeah, for me it's like this one's not sitting right, and so it's sort of like riding a bit weird, and then it's getting uncomfortable with this thing on top, which is a bit annoying. I've been doing as a child, when I was 7, shall we say, I was a gymnast. I was pretty good at it, but I lost interest because it was just like me and loads of girls, and I was like, oh, there's no boys here, it's not for boys. It was just frankly stupid, but you know, when you're 7, what can you do? And so after a brief, you know, after a gap of 2 to 3 decades, I've started again. It just means I'm getting even broader, which makes some of my smaller t-shirts not work as well as they used to. Who just followed or liked or something? I missed it. Hey Osmus, thank you very much for the follow. They never let me code naked in the open space when that happens. Surely you could just go topless. That's fine, right? It's very continental, very European. Okay, so Can I remember what I'm doing? No, not really. I'm sure there's something. Oh, we are talking about merch. Yeah, so it's not. It's very much a work in progress. So I have not put it on the website yet. We're still ironing out all the bugs and stuff. Bugs, teething problems more than bugs. All the software works. It's more like turns out international shipping is really hard. Like dealing with customs is really hard. So we're like very slowly working out how these things work. But you can go to merch.gleam.run. Look at all these things you can get. You can get some stickers. Look how cute they are. And you can get all different kinds. I've got a disabled pride one now. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, man, are they just gorgeous? In fact, this would make a really good background. Maybe I should make this one of my backgrounds. What do you think? Yeah, I might do that. That's really cute. A bit busy. Oh. Shopify's a bit jank, isn't it? Anyway, there you go. So if you want a keycap, you can get a keycap as well. We need to get some better keycap pictures, so I'm sure we can do better than that. Anyway, there you go. Go check it out. Join the Discord server and join the merch channel. Talk about merch. Right. You studied Twitter cover. That's a really good idea. Critter Pop. That's a really, really good idea. Although I quite like my Twitter thing at the moment. Do you think I'll let me see? There you go. Isn't Gleam just made by some little British guy? Thank you. Another charity shop find. Hey Haley, how's it going? I think we should sell. Actually, we could sell it as a wallpaper subscription for like $50 a year or something like that. I hear that's the done thing now. Okay, so the thing I want to do first is unruin Peter's day. Oh, did I spell it wrong? Yes, I did. I missed out an A. Wallpaper as a service. Hell yeah. So I think this release, we got rid of the reference thing. So let's make a new package. We can call it like Gleam JavaScript. Yeah. That was weird. My window just like very slightly moved by itself by a few pixels. That was what? What just happened? That or I'm like going actually slightly mad. Okay, maybe so what I call it like what should I call it? How do I get my editor to show up? Properties. Hey, 100-year-old coder. Hello, hello. Welcome. Yeah, whoever's currently hacking my computer, please stop. Like, wait until I finish streaming, will you? You're being very rude. Is this the bottom? Is this on screen? There we go. Lovely. Wouldn't reference make more sense in Plinth. It's not a binding to any particular JavaScript API. Also, I don't actually. Everyone loves Plinth, but I don't like Plinth. I think you should have a package per thing rather than having like one. I don't think giant mono projects that do lots of like not actually related things are a good idea. The same way that we don't have a giant standard library. I think it's better to have small things that you can upgrade independently of each other. I think giant packages only make sense if your package manager doesn't work very well. Like, you know, it makes sense for C++ to have Boost because they don't have a package manager. It does not make sense for any other language to have Boost. So Gleam new JavaScript mutable reference. Do 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 do. Take my breath away. Oops, no, that's the wrong one. How do I want to call this? Maybe like go just call it mutable reference. Yes, maybe that's what we call it. Yeah, people can just alias it if they want to call it something else. Let's try and find the tests from the old repo. Oh look, it still says it has mutable references in it. Oh no. Do we have tests? Oh, look at this. There's the code. Yes, we have 2 whole tests. So let's copy those. So let's import mutable reference as ref. No, let's use the whole name. So I think I should call this make reference can be called new, update can be called update, dereference, set. We'll just call it get. Equal's a bad name. Should we call it like is same or yeah, I guess reference equals probably the same way. Is same reference? Is that the clearest way to call it? Cool. It's harder when you have cross-cutting concerns and you have to share DOM type between multiple packages in the case, but plinth seems too big. It should be a corpus of packages, maybe. Yeah, I would like to see plinth as maybe like a project that defines multiple packages. I could see it makes sense to have a DOM one that has the DOM types and then a bunch of DOM, like common DOM APIs, and then you might have a specialized one that works with like some niche DOM API that isn't used very much, but like some projects use, and that could be a package that depends upon that. You know, the same way that every other thing in the Gleam ecosystem works. Plinth is the only thing that works the way that it does. And I'm not personally a fan, but I'm not the maintainer of it, so I don't care. Different people can do things differently if they like. That's fine. Yeah, it just makes updating and versioning and things way easier if it's not like one solid slab. Okay, so we have some things. Should we just implement it from scratch? That could be fun. Is instead of is same reference. I was just trying to spell it out to make it really clear. I don't know, what does everyone think? I would be very interested in naming. You're adding the ref back to the ref package. This is different. It's going to be a different pack. This is a different package because Peter's still using it. Turns out it didn't have a user. and he wants to upgrade, which makes sense. But I don't think it's something that we want to have so commonly in programs that we include it in the main JavaScript library. Well, that's the other thing as well. You know, like there's going to be some things in it. It's the other thing about big packages. There'll be some things in it we go, that's unambiguously a good idea. Like, let's all use that a bunch. And there'll be other things which say, that's quite niche. You probably don't want to have that up front, so it's people's first thing they go for. You want to have it a bit more hidden away, so the people who are sure that it is the thing that they need end up using it. Like NIFs. NIFs are a good example. Like NIFs are really useful in some niche situations, but they're really bad defaults, and that's why I don't think it's good to have. That's why I don't like so much projects that make the boilerplate of creating a NIF really easy. I think that bit of friction's good because you look at it and go, oh, this seems like not. You know, this is not the easiest way to do something. You should look at the alternatives and go, oh, look, this is let's go with those things because they are 95% of the time going to be better, you know. So you want to have, you know, you can make, it's not just about making things easy. Like you want to make some things have a little bit of grit in them, like a little bit of friction to like sort of force people to pick things in the right order. New, like value, mutable reference value. Mutable reference. FFI. I can't remember if we have nested things yet. Maybe we do it from roots. Oh, I need to set the target to, excuse me, to JavaScript. The new function is public, but why is it not showing me the... that was interesting. I wonder what happened there. Good, it is working. Okay. I always get a bit worried I've found a compiler bug. Here'd be dragons when it comes to NIF. Yeah, exactly. You know, that's the idea. Disguise penguin. Penguin? Oh, not a penguin, a pigeon. That's a different bird. It says, hey, Louis. Hello. I already started learning Gleam. Awesome. I'm loving it. Awesome. Lovely people on the Discord too. True. The Discord server is really good. If you're not a member of the Discord server, join the Discord server. There is a link on the community section of the website, which is linked in like the headery bit. I can't be bothered to implement the rest of these. I was kidding. Let's copy them out of the other file. There we go. Right. Boom. So anytime it says refer, let's get rid of all these deprecated things. Let's anytime we say reference, it should say mutable. Whoops, mutable reference. Okay, and these should all be mutable reference FFI, and we call day reference get, and we called set reference set, and update we just call update, and new, oh dear, make we call new. Oh, we've already made this one. I don't like all these A's. How do I? No. Oh, no, it does work. No, it doesn't. How do I? Is it? Oh, not very good. I'm really bad at regex. No. How do I say like just a in Vim regex? I'll have to do it this way. Oops. All right, any type errors here? Doesn't have a say, is the same reference, is same. Okay, that looks cool. And then we need to make our mutable reference ffi.mjs. And let's just copy the code from the other one. I've got that "Take My Breath Away" song in my head. Mutable get new mutable. Oh, you can't call it new. Oh dear. That's a bit annoying. Set reference equal. Okay. Are there any other things we want to have? Updates. Okay, that's called that because it's not just mapping, it also returns the thing. Is there anything else we want to, is there anything else we want to implement on this type? If you don't want to constantly smile at your screen, don't join the Discord server. Oh, what a really lovely endorsement from Straw Melon Juice. I think that might be the whole API. What do we think, folks? Like, that was the one that was in the old package. I don't know if, like, while we're here, we should take the opportunity to do something else. Can't think of anything, though. That might just be it. Should we just see if the tests run? Nice. All three of them work. Let's have a little look at them and see if they actually make sense, because I just copied them. Yeah, that seems fine to me. I don't know why we're using should though. I mean, sorry, I don't know why we're using a mix of both should and let's use one for all of them. Incorrect arity. Oh. Okay. Nice. And the readme. Oh, I need all this rubbish as well. I need that and that. And just copy the test. Where is the test? Do. Mutate the reference to contain a new value. Whoops. Stop being helpful. There we go. What's going on here? Why is it funny colors? My editor's misbehaving. The only thing I can think of is a promise safe update, but that's out of scope. It is already promise safe because JavaScript is single threaded, so you don't have. It's impossible to get those kind of race conditions. If it was multi-threaded, you needed a lock. That's why. Newbie question, I don't understand what assert is for. Ah, okay. Sure thing. Let's have a look at that. Oops. Not in here. In here. So this is saying... Let's show you an example, actually. If we took this and we said let false equals this, we'd get a type error. It says inexhaustive patterns. The assignment uses a pattern that does not match all possible values. If one of the other values is used, then the assignment will crash. The missing patterns are true. So if we were just defining, it doesn't really make sense to just assign it to false. It might be more commonly that you've got some data structure like some sort of like container, like an optional type, and you might say sum x is meant to be this. So we say like we know that this is in the sum state rather than the null state none, so we can pull the value out of it. But the type system will still complain at you and say like, hey, you didn't handle the null case because that is actually possible. So you can tell the compiler, no, I really mean this. And what I want you to do is to generate code that checks to see it is in this particular state and crashes if it isn't. That is what let assert does, and it turns off the exhaust. Well, it doesn't turn off the exhaustive checking. It still checks exhaustive for you, but doesn't error if it's not exhaustive, and it will then generate code that will give you a nice error message if it is wrong. So this is useful in like hacky scripts where you don't want to deal with error handling yet. It's useful in tests. In future we'll have like just like an assert, not this. Like that's going to be much better, but we don't have that yet. And the other time it's useful is for asserting that errors that should never happen aren't happening. So for example, you might consider in your application, you might have like a local database, and if you can't read from the database, you call that a catastrophic error, so we just crash. That's the right thing to do. Rather than try and write business logic to handle this thing not being there, you just say, within our domain, within the domain of our problem, it must always be there, and if it isn't, all bets are off. I'm guessing this is just for JavaScript and doesn't have an Erlang equivalent. Yes, there are ways to define mutable states in Erlang, but it won't be this. It'll be something else. I mean ref, and then so like you want to have a function that updates it with a promise. So when this promise has resolved, updates that. I think you just write that function. I think you would just write that. You just use then. If this isn't what, if this can't read today. If this isn't like I want, explode. Exactly. That's actually how we should explain the feature, but like, not stumbling over your words. So yeah, no problem, Nelmaven. No worries at all. In Erlang, you'd have an actor hold the mutable state slow or process stable to store the ref. It depends what the thing is. I think the idea of using actors to hold mutable state is often the wrong thing to do, because then you only get single-threaded access to it, which is probably not what you want for a shared mutable reference. What exactly you use will probably depend upon exactly what things are, but I think people often use little like mutable state actors as little. The idea of using an actor as a mutable state container is quite common, but I think it's a bad thing to do most of the time. Is there any timeline for standalone assert? It will happen when somebody implements it. I can't tell you when that will be because no one is working on it. It won't take long to implement. It just needs someone to be interested in it. I was thinking the process dictionary would be the approach. That has the process dictionary has a lot of drawbacks. One of the problems with process dictionaries is that it's specific to a process, and there's no way in your code to ensure that's handled correctly. It will be by definition, it is untypable. It's more than untypable. It's, the state can seemingly vanish from under your feet when you switch to a different process. A process dictionary is probably like the last thing you want to try and use. After you've exhausted everything else, then use the process dictionary, I think. There's some niche times that you want to use process dictionaries. I think you should never use it in Gleam. If you're going to be using the process dictionary, you probably want to use it in Erlang. Maybe that's not true. Maybe there are times, but you want to be really extremely careful about using the process dictionary, and it won't ever be typed. So we've got some stuff. I didn't say what it is. Mutable references, mutable boxes. I don't know. Mutable. I don't know. How do you describe this? It's just called mutable references, like for Gleam JavaScript. If you really want them. Oh dear. Can you tell I don't think you should use this? Oh dear. It sounds too stupid. I'm going to get rid of that. This should be, this is a library you probably don't want to use. Stick to immutable patterns unless you really need to. Boom. And Apache license sounds great to me. JavaScript mutable reference. Let's use these. And now let's actually make a repo as well. Oh, my mouse isn't working. Oh, there we go. No. Immutable references, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to copy. That's so funny. If using the process table, the process table, do you mean the process dictionary? If using the process table, I would try to implement some kind of monadic interface in Gleam, use expressions. It works really well. So we can do the operations we want on the mutable data directly without touching the mutable state from Gleam directly. The problem with that is, well, you've got no guarantee that the types are going to remain the same unless you know that all code that is in all of your dependencies and everything else. So long as you know, if it's only your code running, you know exactly what order is running in, then maybe you can do it, but you can't statically verify that it's correct. Because anything that is running at the same time, anything that's running concurrently with your thing in that same process could change not just the individual value, but it could change the type. So you get no guarantees whatsoever using the process dictionary. Oh gosh, what a challenging name. Piyushka. Hello, thank you for the follow. How's it going? Welcome to Gleam Programming until I get bored or hungry. And I'm not bored or hungry yet. So far. And oh, I should add a sponsor link. I'm gonna add this fella. Yeah. Everyone give me money. I need money. Sponsor me on GitHub Sponsors, please. or sub, you know, or super like or whatever. Just give me money. That's the purpose of these streams, to remind you that I'm broke. Hello, Joe. Is there anything else? Let's push it, I guess. Don't make us hungry. You won't like us when we're hungry. Hey, oh, it's Isaac. Hello, Isaac. My favourite Gleam thought leader. Head of... What did I put you in charge of? I can't remember what I put you in charge of. Yeah, this looks sensible. And now I want to make a change log. I need to make a script to do this because I do it so often. What's the date? Is it... That's the 26th, okay. How's my computer? Is it melting yet? No, not yet. Okay, good. Hello. Okay, v1. Okay. Right, I'm gonna be really careful to not put my password on screen now. Whoop. That's wrong. That's also wrong. Gosh, the problem with having a really long password is that you just get it wrong always. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, how exciting. Lovely. And see, I've pushed that. It's told me to add some tags. I pushed the tags. Now let's go make it. I'll move out the way. Let's go make a release. Yeah. Hey B, how's it going? Head of Gleam Video, the Glambassador. I think you should get really dolled up. I think we should all get really dolled up and we do like a Gleam Glam, the Glambassadors, where we just be as glamorous as possible. Oh dear. Do. How's it going, B? Welcome. There we go. I've written some code. I'll send this to Peter. Code beam catwalk. Lovely idea. Lovely idea. What else am I supposed to be doing? I can't remember what brioche is. Why am I following brioche? A package manager. I don't remember what this is. Why am I following it? Genuinely don't know what it is. All right, uninstall that. Remove Gleam version constraint. I'll have to do that later. Add some... all the ML stuff is back. Yeah, this stuff's really cool. If you like ML and AI and stuff, you should check out synapses and ML and all those things. They're really good. Data structures. The Star. That's a cute name. Do we need to release a new version? Great question. Right, let's try and delete these then. How do I do that? Oh, there's loads of them. Do I have to like press buttons to do it? Oh, it's gonna take forever. Delete. Do they? Hey, cafes. How's it going, friend? Thank you very much for the follow. La 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 la. How long is this going to take me? How many have I done? Maybe I'll just stop. It's not the most riveting. Welcome to Gleam programming. It's mostly GitHub admin. I mean, that's actually quite a accurate representation of what Gleam's all about. Well, it's like core development, specifically mine. The other folks do cool stuff in the compiler, and I'm like, oh, let me check the GitHub issues. Let me merge everything. Let me update the changelog. I haven't done any. I do bug fixes. I've not done any feature work in ages. That's alright. Like the others are better than I am at it anyway, so that's fine. Ooh, we're all the way back to 2.8. How many? 2 pages left. Okay, I think we're nearly there. You can do GitHub release delete. I've already started pressing the buttons. And I don't have the GitHub. I don't know if I've got the GitHub thing installed. Like I could think, or I could click. How many releases say? Was it 28 or something? I can click 60 times. That's fine. How do gamers do this all day? I'm already tired. Nearly done? No. Oh, maybe I think maybe Isaac was right. Don't tell him, but I think Isaac was right. Work hard, not smart, everyone. So, anyone have any suggestions for what I should work on next? I think doing lots of little Gleam things is a fun idea. Clipped. Oh no! I was talking about the other Isaac. I was talking about Australian Isaac. I think gaming is less monotonous. Really? You have clearly not played. I don't know which game I should bash here. Oh, this is the last one. Yeah. I was going to say this is stupid. I should stop now, but yeah, there we go. Wicked. Thank you. RuneScape, yeah. How do I mine for fish? Takes way too long. Done. Anything interesting in here? Update Mr. I don't need to update broken links. Hey. Hashing. Instead of okay. I really love the cookbook. I think this is one of the best things we've got in ages. Oops. Does that work now? Yeah, it does. Okay. My usage of GitHub CLI matches up pretty much exactly with the timer of my generated GitHub Access tokens. What does that mean? Some MMORPG on low rates where you farm the same NPC for hours and hours. I played World of Warcraft as a teenager, and I just sort of walked around. It's like back when no one was very good at the game, and you could just wander around. It was fine. No one minded. I played in the Horde. My guild of me and some mates I used to go to school with, and we were the worst guild on the server, and we loved it. And we would raid Ironforge, but we would have like one level 60 and then like a few level 40s, and I'd be there like level 20 or 30 or so. And we'd be like, yeah, we know there's one spot in Ironforge where the guards de-aggro you, so we'd like jump out and like start attacking things, then quickly like run along this little wall and jump onto this roof you're not supposed to get onto, and then we'd be fine. We could rest up. It's great. It's really fun. we were like a proper joke on that server, and we loved it. Fix link, and let's actually closes. What's going on here? There we go. Try to use the GitHub CLI. Access token is timed out. Computer says no. Regenerate token. Configure it. Forget what I was trying to do. Use the website. Very good. I agree. I agree. No, this isn't very nice looking Mandarin. It's kind of dry. That's sad. That's very sad. Boo. I love fruit. That's why Gleam's like that. Yeah, it's got all these like crusty bits in it. That's not very nice. Still, what did I do with the rest of it? Oh, there it is. It's rolled off. Still better than the fruit I had in LA. When I was in LA, worst fruit I've ever had. Oh my gosh. Rubbish. Absolute garbage. If you're eating, does that mean you're hungry? Yeah, that's it. End of the stream. Bye, everyone. Look, I'm elongating the stream. Good. Okay, so next up, let's do this. Working with CSVs. I've heard there's a new release of GSV. I've not checked it out yet, so let's figure it out. Yum. Snacking so I never be hungry. Stream forever. So if you look at, actually, let's get to the packages site. Ooh, look at this. Ooh, look. Oh, there's a new package. Wow, this sounds amazing. Whoever made this must be some sort of like genius. Yeah, cool stuff. This is what I'm after. GSV. From Dix. Ooh, there's also from Dix as well as a 2 Dix one. Okay, so look at that nice API. It's like nothing there. Very good. That's interesting. I wonder what happens if like there's different headers in each of the dicts. So it takes the first row. Uses the first one as the headers. What? This is buggy. This is buggy. Wait, is this? Okay, so I think there's a bug here, right? So it works out what the headers are by looking at the first dictionary. It takes all the keys and it sorts them to make it into a row of headers. And then for each of the remaining values, each of the remaining rows, for all of the rows, all of the dictionaries, it turns them into a list, sorts them by the first value, which is going to be the key, which will be the header, So it should be the same order, and then it maps them to get all the values out, which is the second value tuple. That makes sense, except if you ever have different keys in each dictionary, say for example, some of them are optional, then the ordering's wrong. Is this JavaScript? Hello. Hey everyone. Hey Louis. Hello. Welcome. Nefejik. N-F-E-J-Z-I-C. Nefejik. Nefej. Hello. Is this JavaScript? No, this is Gleam. The Gleam programming language. Ooh, which is like even better than JavaScript. I know because the creator is really cool. I created it. I'm not very cool. Nefej. Do. Yeah, I think that's a bug. What do you think, folks? Have you seen the talk the Erlang Solutions guy did on Java? The Erlang Solutions guy did on Gleam. I have seen that it exists, but I have not watched it yet. Yes, it is better than JavaScript. Thank you very much. Another name I'm going to struggle with. Piyushka. Piyushka? Is that right? That came out much easier than I thought it was going to be. You know what? Let's test our theory. Piyush Gacha. Don't worry, you don't have to struggle with my name. It says cramped. You should be able to pass the columns explicitly. Yeah, so I think if this is the API where all you do is give it a list of dictionaries, I think you need to take the headers from all of the dictionaries, not just the first one. So let's do that. I'm being trolled by Isaac again. My Glambassador is causing me problems. You struggle with mine. Okay, Penguin. maybe that's what you're disguised as. Nosklik, thank you. Thank you for the follow. Woohoo! I'm so glad I've got Twitch and YouTube, because like the Twitch people are so like loads of people watch YouTube after the fact, but the Twitch folks are just like so much fun live. I feel like people on YouTube are just a bit reserved. There's one constant. It's me struggling with names. Is my desk down as far as it goes? It feels very high. It is, okay. Is it just me or do you not have alerts? I'm pretty sure I've got alerts. It doesn't make noises, but I've got the video bit. Like, do a... Okay, 2 great questions. Cafe says, did I miss the most important question? What's your favorite anime? I've not watched much anime since I was a kid. I watched I think the main one I watched back when I was a wee nipper was Naruto. Not really sure why, to be honest. Do Studio Ghibli films count as anime? I don't know, because like Spirited Away is an absolute masterpiece. Can you do game dev in Gleam? You can do game dev in anything. Like anytime people get hung up on needing like AAA style technology in order to do game development, remember that amazing games were made in the 80s, amazing games were made in the 90s, long before any of these things existed. And back when, you know, you'd have a handful of meg of RAM, people made amazing games with that. You can make a game with anything you want. The important bit is the game bit, you know. What's the story you're telling? What's the gameplay? What's the world, you know? How do you make it fun or engaging or interesting? Like, that's the important bit. Technology, whatever. That should be a means to an end. How does one use applicative functors use cases. I don't think we ever use the terms applicative or functor in Gleam, generally. How's moving castle for the win? Naruto's legendary. Halloween boys, hello. One of my favorite names. Undertale is a giant switch for every dialogue. Yeah, I mean, loads of really successful games are the worst code you have ever seen, and that's fine. There's also games with amazing code, but like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's just what you get at the end that matters. It's not like, you know, you do need to be able to iterate on games nicely. You do have to be able to make changes, but like, it's not like a business product where you can, you know, you think back to how games used to work, where you would make a game, it would work, and then you would release it. And that's it. The only thing you really want to do, I think, traditionally speaking, you can finish a game, and the only thing you have to do, hopefully, you know, you really should do this, is fix any problems you have with like new platforms, like new versions of your operating system, stuff like that. It's not like a business thing where it's like you've got N number of teams and every week they're working on N new features and changing these things and no, it's like it's a game. Like you can finish it. What am I doing? Rendering CSV. CSV. It's annoying that I can't go to it like that. CSV. Is that right? Okay. And let's add that library, GSV at version 2. I think it was version 2. Yes, okay. Excuse me. What are we saying? F, you had an interview where you delighted in defer use discussions. Yes. So we had a thing we called the applicative problem, which is the idea of, so the most common use case for this is you're writing a parser, say for example, a decoder for JSON, and you don't just want the first error, you want all of the errors. Well, in one way of doing this would be to make an applicative API in like a functional way. The word applicative doesn't really matter. We just use that term just to say, to communicate to people who already know what this term means, to say we collect all of the errors. But the fact it's an applicative isn't the important bit. If we had a solution to it that wasn't, you know, based around applicatives, that would be fine. And once it is implemented, and we've got a few good contenders now, we just wouldn't use the word applicative in it anywhere because it doesn't help most people. Noska in the Valley of the Wind is like a true live anime for people with severe hay fever. Do you think the Erlang WX widgets binders should ever be used? Yeah, if you've got a use for them, go for it. They're pretty cool. Why not? Why not? What's the Vim plug you're using for that file tree? That is mini files. It's very good. And the markdown editing, I don't know what the markdown editing one, that's something that came with lazy Vim. I don't like it. If I knew how to turn it off, I would. One day I will make my own Vim config that won't include it. When will that be? Some point. If I was going to make a video game, I would probably do it in the browser. Because I like the fact you can distribute it really easily. I like that It's probably not going to break anytime soon. And then you could wrap it in like some sort of like native web view thing if you want to like ship it as an app. But I just think it's a really nice, super reliable platform to work with. And any game I make is not going to be like, I would want to make some sort of like 2D, I don't know, like a adventure game or like a really old school RTS, like that kind of thing. So like a bit of canvas. I think it's really fun. Really fun. All right, so let's verify. I think there's a bug here. So let's try and work out let's try and figure that out. What am I doing? Tests. Oh no, I'm in the wrong place. Right, rendering CSV. GSV package can be used to pass and render CSV on all targets. Nice. GSV. GSV. Okay, and what I want to start with, let's start with some data. So let's say they have a name, and this one is going to be Lucy. And it's going to have a score, which is going to be 100. Yeah. And we're going to have another one. The name is going to be Isaac, because we have a plethora of Isaacs. 2. And the score is going to be like 99, because like, you know, I said so. But also like Isaac's a YouTuber. What's Isaac's channel called? Gleam Isaac. There we go. How do I? There we go. Gleam is not Rust. Look at Angry Lucy. That's so cute. There we go. And now if we say, what do we want to do? We want to say CSV, GSV dot from dict, and then we pass in the data. Separator is going to be a comma, and the line ending is going to be GSV dot Unix. Is this LunaVim? It's LazyVim. Talking about making games in browsers, WASM or JS or both, whichever one fits better. Use whatever technology you like and enjoy to make the game, and providing you're not trying to do something that is, you know, if you're going to do something that needs loads of performance, well then you might want to, consider using something like, I don't know, something that gives you more performance. But like generally most games don't need loads of performance. Just like use whatever you feel comfortable with, just go for it. I do Rust full time. This language looks a little familiar. Yeah, it's got pub fun. If I was personally going to make a game, I would probably I'd do it all in Gleam, and I would use the JavaScript backend, and I would, I don't know, use the canvas or SVG or something like that. I think that'd be fun. So we think this should equal to I think it should be like name, comma, oh dear, what's going on in my head? This is being unhelpful. Name, score, YouTube, and then it should say Lucy 100, comma, Isaac 99 at Isaac Harris. There we go. We think it should look like that. I think. So let's run the test and see what that looks like. Yeah, so it's missing one of the headings. And let's make it even different. So we say like color pink. So we think color should be first because it's alphabetical. Pink. I think that should be what it looks like. What are you doing today? Just all sorts of different things. Working on the cookbook at the moment. If anyone suggests anything to, shout out and we'll do it. But just sort of like little Gleam bits and bobs. Already made one package which was packaging up the mutable reference stuff that was removed from the Gleam JavaScript package. For an online game with Gleam style work for server-side, Gleam is probably one of the best options you can go for server-side stuff. Loads of video games use Erlang and the Beam in their backend. Like World of Warcraft's chat system is Erlang, for example. Watching the stream to procrastinate. Nice. That's what streaming is for. Nice. We're just hanging out, So I think this is a bug, right? I think this is a bug. Because it only looks at the first dictionary to get the headers, and then it assumes that it can use ordering to figure out what all the other ones are. If the dictionaries ever have different shapes, which is reasonable because you could just say they're different fields. Like it should either say we accept different shaped dictionaries and we figure out actually the correct way to render them, or it should say if there are different ones, we exclude them, or it's an error. Like, those are the three options. I think this one, where it accepts any dictionary and it doesn't check them, and it just gives you garbled stuff at the end, that's wrong. Procrastinating making slides for presentation. I am also doing that. I need to finish off my slides for Codebeam, which I'm really looking forward to. It's going to be really fun, but I just hate making slides. Yeah, Erlang is really common in backends, especially in the chat systems. Our main sponsor, Lambda Class, who I will point to. Oh, wrong way again. Lambda Class, woohoo! They've got a video game that they are. I can't remember if it's in public beta or if it's I think it might be closed beta at the moment, which is a MOBA. And their backend so the game server is entirely written in Elixir, not just the chat system, the whole thing. They're very cool. Check them out. This person isn't cool. No, Isaac's actually really cool. Isaac does great stuff, but we've got to be mean to, because we both live in England, which means that we're incapable of being nice to each other. The rules are you have to. What? I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Lucy behind you looking kind of menacing. She's behind me, isn't she? Wrong, this one. So I think we can share this with Ben and be like, hey, I don't think the Dix one looks right. CSV. Excuse me. Why can't I click this link? Why is it opening the wrong browser? It's very annoying, this. Barnabas J! Thank you. Oh, that didn't work. That's really annoying. I love how it's like copy and pasting just doesn't seem to work reliably anymore. I feel like it used to. I like a fully configurable text editor like Vim for the terminal, but I don't like modal editing. Is there something out there for me? I think there's a few. Like Emacs is probably the big one that's like that. Emacs is non-modal and probably the most configurable editor in the world. Although apparently Emacs is very good as a GUI. I don't know anything about that though. The only Emacs people I know all use it in the terminal, so. I've worked in the telecommunication space for a long time. I've been very interested in getting on the beam. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's the original use case, eh? Hey Chris, how's it going? Check out Zed. Zed is not a terminal. Sorry, Zed is neither configurable nor a terminal thing. Well, it is a little bit configurable, but like it's not really like a framework for making things like Vim and NeoVim and Emacs and stuff. You pretty much turn it on and then you get a good experience from the get-go, and you can't really hack on it very much. Even VS Code you can hack on way more than Zed. It's not inherently modal either. Yeah, it's not. It's got a modal mode, but it's not. Not being modal was the ask. Like a fully configurable text editor, like Vim for the terminal, but I don't like modal editing. Was the brief. And for me, Emacs is the one that jumps out. I'm not hugely knowledgeable at Emacs though. I used it for like half a year, and then I just never really got very far with making my configuration, which is a bit annoying. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna open a ticket. From dict can produce incorrect CSV. When some of the fields are optional in the dicts, from dicts will output incorrect CSV. Here's an example. Gosh, I'm the slowest and worst typer in the world. Example. Thanks. Wasn't Atom really slow? I can't remember. It wasn't fast. I mean, it used a ton of resources. I mean, you know, Electron, the thing that everyone complains about. Electron was originally called Atom Shell. Like, Electron was extracted from the Atom project. May I recommend you use conventional commits? You can recommend it. I will ignore you, though. I will not be doing that. Do 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 do. I know a dude. His pull request message is always a single dot. Oh, I'm not a stickler for commit messages, but even that I thought was extreme. That was a bit much. Do they still update Atom? I know GitHub deprecated it, but like, is there a community fork or something like that? I know some people really liked Atom. My favorite thing about Atom is that it truly was an Emacs 2. You know, Emacs stands for 8 megs and swapping constantly, right? 8 megs and swapping. No, 8 megs and constantly swapping. That's what it's called. Yeah, Emacs. Well, Atom is a terabyte of memory. Very good. Very, very, very good. Cool. So I guess we're not going to do CSVs because I think there's a bug there. I'm sure Ben will fix it soon. That function's brand new, so just an edge case is missed. What other stuff should we do, eh? If anyone, I'm just going to keep doing this until I get bored or hungry. So, like, if anyone has any particular suggestions, like, just make a noise, and we'll do it. Passing JSON, tarbles, contribute to. I don't even know what there is in that, mate. I don't even know what the pieces are. I should do that. Ooh, you can turn off the markdown rendering for lazy vim. You can add to your config. Okay. Eric is dropping the knowledge bombs. Let's try this thing that Eric's just suggested. Oh yeah, okay, that's fine. What's all this stuff? Oh, there's loads of stuff. I don't commit my .files for repository very often. Oh dear. Well, I'll worry about it later. So, what do I want? I want to go to... Nice. What's the comment string, Lou? Is it that? Yeah. Do not... I usually have disabled all the... Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Do not... What am I saying? Do not render markdown inline. Oh, okay. For annotations. That's interesting. It's got two different comment strings. I don't know how Lua works, man. I like Lua, but I'm rubbish at it. It's one of those languages I use, but I've never bothered to learn. Which I really don't like. I really don't like that way of working with tech. I think you should like actually take the time to read the docs. You do so much better, but I just haven't. That's not true. I did, but it was like 8 years ago, and then I didn't use it for 5, and then I started again. I was like, I don't remember anything about this language. It's really cool though. I love how small it is. Let's see if that works then. So do I have any markdown here? No. Okay, let's go somewhere that has markdown, like oh, just good. Yeah, Gleam. Yay! But that's not a very good example. Let's go to Erlang. Nice. There you go. I don't need fancy. Wait, this is also a bad example. Where's one that's got loads of stuff in it? Well, the one we just made is probably mutable. Stuff off. We just made it. No, it's still doing it. It's still doing it. How do I turn it off? It's still doing it. Oh dear. Okay, folks, this is weird. Okay, sorry. I'm actually looking at the right scene, but it seems if I make a new tab in my terminal, it doesn't show up. Oh, sorry. I had no idea. Huh. Okay, so what I was doing is, so I've made this change here. I've added this do not render markdown thing. I think I've made that in the right place. And then if I go over to mutable, and then I look at the README, it still renders them in line. Don't you need to return a list of configs? Oh, yeah, you're right. That's what it is. It's just that I'm an idiot. It's just that I'm actually just bad. Is that true? Is it like... Yeah, that is right. Isn't that right? And expect. Oh, how do you do it? How? Right. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh gosh. How embarrassing. There we go. Is that it? Is that it? Yeah. Okay. We don't like this formatting I've gone for. There we go. So let's try that one more time. And mutable. No, it's still doing it. What have I done wrong? This is why I don't like lazy Vim. Like it's great, and then you want to change something and it just doesn't work, and I don't know why. Like it's a big ball of magic. I want to have config that I want to have code I can read and just understand it. And it's the other reason I'm not actually convinced that if I made my own config, I would use lazy Vim's auto require thing either. Like there is nowhere in my code. Like if I look at my init Lua, there's nowhere here that says import those files, which I don't like. Like it like does it at runtime, which it's not the one. Why doesn't this work then, eh? Can you check your lazy lock? There's nothing in here about Markdown at all. At least the word mark is not in it. Do any of these sound like they're going to be marked down? Yeah, as I mean, like lazy Vim is just too opaque for me. I don't like magic. Let's just get rid of this and I'll just live with it for now. So I can't remember what the name of the file is. So I'll just do it this way. No, I do it this way. Whoop. There we go. Cool. Okay. No worries, Eric. I mean, like, what you said sounds correct to me. I don't know why it doesn't work. There you go. That's our Vim interlude. I really, at some point, need to write my own config so I actually know how things work. Like, lazy Vim just has such a different development philosophy to me. I don't like magic. I don't like implicit things. I don't want you to expose APIs where I configure things. I just want to be able to like directly access the main thing. I just switched from Kickstart last week to lazy. I think Kickstart's the example one that oh, it's raining again. That Tej and Co have, right? I think that looks like a really nice way to start. I think I'm just going to like read through it and then start hacking on it. I don't know how I'm going to do plugin management. Maybe not lazy Vim. Maybe not lazy. Whatever the package manager is. It just called lazy? Lazy.nvim? I'm not going to use that. I don't think. Chimed in too late. What's the markdown? What's the new Vim markdown problem? I wanted to turn off the markdown rendering in lazy Vim, but I don't know how to do it, and I've slightly lost interest now. Is Z not based on Electron then? No, Z is they've written a new GUI framework from more or less scratch in Rust, and they've architected it like a modern video game to like go really fast. It's very clever. It's very, very, very clever. Check the conceal over option. I just don't want it. Like I don't like the idea. Also, the other thing about lazy Vim is I don't like the idea of having code in my config that I just like then configure to not run. I just don't want it. I just don't want to have the code. Like, how many plugins do I really need? I'm mostly using language. Like, I want language server, tree setter, mini files, and then I suspect like the majority of the other stuff is going to be telescape. I want telescape. The majority of other stuff is going to be like little scripts I've written. I want to be in the habit of like, I've got a problem. Oh look, I've bashed out 10 lines of Lua. There's a thing. It lives with me forever. You know, like that's the kind of experience I want for my editor, I think. You could respond to my comments on the Gleam Playground PR. There's a Gleam Playground PR? What? Gleam. I'll play. I can't remember what it is. Playground. Oh. From May. You expect me to remember things from May? Oh my gosh, there's loads of stuff going on. This is all from May. Isaac, which bit do you want me to talk about? Yeah, it's only function, you know, add a about page something. I think we just want a single page. Like, we don't want to preempt anything. We just want a single page. Like, don't assume anything's coming. We just do a single page. Was that the question? Was that it? Yeah, all the static site so the tour is a static site generator. Remove all of that. We just hard code one page. And the thing we want to pull over from the tour is going to be all the stuff on how we generate the get the standard library in there, and how we compile code and that kind of jazz. Ooh, sounds fun. Let's have a look at it. Ooh, very nice, very nice. I think we can get rid of this header though. Like it's just the same thing twice here. Very nice. Oh, you can see the Erlang. Oh, how exciting. That's nice. Oh, I've just thought of something we should do. I need to upgrade the tour. The tour currently uses an old version. I need to upgrade that. It's on 1.4.1 or something like that. You can edit a Gleam Playground project. Why though? Why? Let's get rid of it. Like, you know, just have the space for the whole thing. Look at the rest one. Like that. That's a lovely interface. Yeah, I'm not sure about this bit, but like, you get the idea. Like, if this line showed the results here, that would be cool. Yeah, that's really nice. What do these do? Oh, Rust format, how exciting. Oh, you can change the editor. They put way too much effort into this. Okay, I'm going to upgrade the tour. So for those of you who are new to Gleam and are not familiar, you should go to tour.gleam.run and you can learn the entire language in your browser without doing anything. Hello. Peeps in the chat. Ooh, oh, look, and it evaluates it. Oh, look at that. Look how fast it works and everything. Oh, look at these really good type errors and stuff. Look, it's like it's really good. So there you go. And yeah, but the problem is it's on an old version of Gleam, so let's update it. Oh my gosh, it's on a really old version of the compiler. And we're also going to need to update the CI config. I'm going to have to include labels in somewhere as well. We can just make a to-do for that. You can share it with a name. I don't want to share it with a name. I want just a playground. I don't want anything else. Like it should just be the editor part of the tour. Like that's all it should be, really. You can disable inline folding by putting conceal level 0. I'm just gonna leave it as is, and then I'm gonna And then I'm going to, at some point in the future, actually sit down and learn stuff. I think that's my strategy. Oh no. How do I pronounce 3? Is that an E? Sithrilabi. Zilabi. Srilabi. Thank you for the follow. I don't know how to do your name. Like at all. Okay, so do we think that works? Bin download compiler. Gleam run? Yes, and let's serve this. And then why does it always open in the wrong browser? Let's give it a little test. Is it working? That's compiling. Let's go somewhere else, like the result module. Woohoo! Yeah, that looks okay. Because E and Polish. That's the reason that the Z unpronounceable thing. Ah, I see. I like Poland. I've been to Poland a few times. I've always really liked it. I think it might be because I'm English and Irish, but I'm Irish Catholic is my upbringing. And I think there's like a few shared notes between like the Polish culture and the Irish culture, which it just gets along with me very well. I don't know what it is. Oh, what does that mean? Your following password ignored. Oh yeah, that's because I'm in the wrong place. So, and I think there's an issue for this as well. So let's go to. Let's go here. There is an issue for it already. Someone made an issue. In the wrong repo. That's why it's not there. There we go. Oh dear. Okay. Do. Language tour. I want it to share, but I don't want it to be shared. I don't want a title. Like just sharing. As in like it's like it's just the one file, and then we just share the one file. So there's like no like naming it or like additional files or project stuff. Thanks, Isaac. It's full Rust with a custom UI. We're talking about Z. Okay, and now we're saying maybe you can upgrade Gleam tool to OTP 27. It doesn't actually use OTP. I'm not even sure why it's in the dependencies. Yeah, why is it in the dependency? Why is it there? It doesn't use it. It runs in the browser. In fact, let's just get rid of it. Hello, Joe. Oh, there's like a little gap at the bottom. Let's fix that. I just noticed my terminal doesn't fill the whole. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, we don't use that, and we don't use that. Remove OTP. That song has been in my head for days now. Actions. What does this mean? There's a little clock. What does that mean? Oh, waiting. Okay. Queued. What's the difference between queued and waiting? Anyway, it's been deployed. Does it work? I have no idea what I just pressed. So let's make a function thingy. X is X, Y, Z, Z, Z. Oops. Y. Let X equals 1 thingy X. I think that's because the cache needs to be boosted. How do I do that in storage? Maybe I should like do some caching stuff in here. I thought GitHub Actions did. I thought that would handle the cache busting for me. Maybe it's to do with how I load it with JavaScript. Maybe. Like. Yeah, it's probably because I'm. Yeah, it's probably. Yeah, okay. This doesn't. This probably does. It's probably. I don't know. No, I don't understand. I don't understand. Yeah, let's just clear the storage and see if it works. How do you clear all the cache in Safari, folks? I don't use Safari. What do we do? How do we do it? Oh. What's all this? Don't know. Not a clue. Okay, folks, what do I do? OTP is needed for setup beam action. I think it's not. Shift replace or option refresh. Let me copy this. Oh, it works now. I didn't do shift refresh. I just refresh normally and it works. Oh, maybe it's because this is open. Maybe, I don't know. I don't. Safari just seems to like do some stuff I don't understand. There you go. This is working now. That's correct. Oh wow, that's actually legit syntax. That's so cute. Look at that. This is you should try and have the smiley face operator in your code as much as possible. I don't need rebar 3 either. Good point. Really good point. Let's get rid of rebar 3 as well. Excuse me. Do. I've never thought of this before. This is so cute. The smiley face operator. Very good. Cool. So we fixed another thing that's actually useful. Ho ho ho. It's been going for like nearly 2 hours. I should probably do a like an ad break or something. Do. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna take a little break. Get some more water, and then we just continue doing absolutely nothing. How do I? There you go. Button. Oh, wrong button. There we go. Ooh, I just got two things. Ooh. All right. But I pressed the button. No, but I pressed the button. How rude. I was just saying. Thank you. This one had a seed in it. Thank you very much, Imbutu, for helping me reach my follower goal. 930. And I definitely pressed the button, so this is my computer conspiring against me. Someone buy me one of those like cool controller thingies. Actually, I've got a bunch of MIDI controllers. I wonder if I could use one of those to Can I control my stream with a MIDI controller? That sounds like a rabbit hole. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I pressed a button as well. Good. Everyone press the button. I've got some cashew nuts, but I found them at the back of the cupboard. I don't know how old they are. Smells like nuts. So, folks, any more suggestions on like little Gleam bits and bobs I should be working on? Is that Disco Elysium background? Yeah, you know it is. I'm a fierce leftist, so I love Disco Elysium. I love how it rips into leftism in the way that only leftist artwork can. And appropriately, it was destroyed by corporate nonsense. How fitting. It's Revachol. Wonderful. I've had so many of these. I should really stop. It's like, yeah. Okay, what's the next thing I should do, folks? I like your scuffed hat. Thank you. I think this is it's quite weird hat, actually. Like it's from a charity shop. I think it was designed to be scuffed. And if you look on, I might have removed the label, but like it's from some brand I've never heard of. And on the inside it had like demo something, like this was a prototype or something like that, and then it ended up in a charity shop. I don't know, very odd. I like it though. Good colour. Stop consuming. It's not so left of you. What? I do not know what you're saying. Anyway, thank you, Chris. I appreciate your excellent taste in hats. So, next thing that I could do is... What is the next thing? What are my list of things to do? I could make a PDF... Sorry, I make a PDF library. I do want to do that, but that's a terrible idea. That'll take forever. Any thoughts on how a GraphQL implementation would go about? It would be something I'd want to contribute to, but I've no idea to start. The problem with GraphQL is quite an interesting thing. There's lots of nice properties about it. I think to use it is often quite nice. It's extremely hard to make a GraphQL server library, though. Of all of the different kinds of APIs you can give a HTTP service, it's like probably one of the hardest ones. Especially if you're doing it in a typed setting, like it's really extremely challenging. I think the way I would probably approach it. So the only server library I've seen that does it purely using types and values and no cheating is an OCaml one, and they use Gadgets, which are extremely sophisticated type feature, which we do not have in Gleam. So we wouldn't be able to do that. I think we would need to do some sort of code generation. I think that would be the only way we could approach it. I personally have no idea what it would look like. I think it would be a lot of work, and I'm not in any rush. I'm not in any rush to do something like that. It would be cool, but yeah, I don't. Yeah. Where's my nice Gleam coaster gone? I've just realised I looked for that cat coaster, but I've literally got a Gleam one somewhere. Hold on. Little Lucy Ninja star. It's so nice. It's just like a nice object. Feels good to hold. Oh, I scratched it a little bit. That's interesting. Interesting. I have to talk to Duffy about that. I'm sure it was a very good joke. The thing about streaming is that your brain runs on like 30% power while you're doing it. I just realised what I wanted to do and then I forgot immediately. What did I just say? I got distracted by GraphQL. No, I don't remember anymore. Okay. Oh, these are failing now. Why are they failing? Oh, come on. Have they broken this again? This is so annoying. I'm going to have to make an issue for that. Gleam can be run without OTP, and for many projects, Gleam can be run without OTP. For this case, this action used to have a special, used to permit installing Gleam without OTP. This is no longer the case. So, now errors. How do I see what version of setup beam it is? Is V1 the latest? It is still the latest, yeah. I need the whole thing. Setup beam is really useful, but like it does fail a lot. Beam is installed successfully. No, I'm asking for setup beam not to set up Erlang. Like Gleam is part of the Beam ecosystem. This is supposed to be an action for setting up Beam ecosystem tools, and it used to be able to just set up Gleam. It used to say if you install Elixir but don't ask for Erlang, that's an error, which I'm still not sure that is actually the right thing to do, but whatever, they can do the thing. But they would say, oh, it's because you don't need Erlang at all for Gleam, it's fine to not. It's fine to not mandate it, but they removed it at some point, I presume accidentally. You need to set it as false no, as documented in the README. Boo. Yeah. It's just annoying, man. Like, when did that change? I'm sure you could just omit it previously. Okay, I guess not. I guess I'm just a fool. I still think that's a really bad API. Like, just not having it. Why do you explicitly need to say false? Looks like you can do. I'm being a bit shirty with setup beam, which is quite rude of me. But it, the amount of times it breaks my builds, I just get quite annoyed. Awesome. Oops. Also, hey, how's it going? What was the thing I was doing when I spotted this? Oh yes, I remember now. Okay. Was that me? He replied. Ah, no, it was good. Bum 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 ba-dum. Publishing packages. I don't want to do that on stream because putting my password in makes me nervous. Fixing static supervisor. Oh, wrong screen again. There we go. Fixing static supervisor documentation. Lovely. Lovely. Thank you. GraphQL. Do we like GraphQL? I'm interested in code generation for HTTP APIs, but the thing I want to try out is like some kind of RPC rather than GraphQL. I think like sort of JSON RPC style, but not using JSON schema, using JSON type def, which I think is like a much nicer format. Should get warning when variable overlaps existing identifier. What is this? Thumbs up. Gears is so good. Like Gears always just like it answers all the problems really quickly. I was thinking of making something for the distributed type system problem. I don't like GraphQL much. I was thinking more like CodeGen for Cap and Proto. What do you? So like you want to make a binary encoding format? So what do you mean? That sounds really interesting. I'm not exactly sure what you're suggesting though. I was thinking of CodeGen for Cap and Proto, but like in the context of distributed type system problems. I'm not sure what you mean. There's a good collection of words. Does Gleam have any CUDA APIs? CUDA's like the CUDA is the ML thing, right? This thing. Like tensors and stuff, right? I think this maybe has CUDA things. I could be wrong. Oh no, oh dear, I don't know enough about. I don't know this well enough. I don't know enough about this kind of programming. I feel like this can like target it via NX, because this depends on NX, right? So Gleam Tomo depending NX. So I think NX can do it. And this uses NX. I should probably type the whole thing in because NX is too short a name. CUDA? No. Good. I don't know. Oh, maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm like so out of my depth. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know, man. Look, this talks about CUDA. Like, I only do math slowly. I don't do fast math. Can I use Gleam instead of Python for ML stuff? Yeah, there's some ML stuff. I don't know how good it is because I don't do that kind of thing. I'm sure it would be a worse experience overall because it's a less mature ecosystem. Has this been updated? So this is like an ML library. Oh, this is too old. I just had a look and it seems like these libraries are out of date and likely do not work. Libraries have not been updated in a long time and likely won't work with current Gleam versions. Have you tested them? So yeah, I think it's doable. I'm so not positioned to speak for anything to do with ML. I don't know what the expectations are. I don't know what good is. I don't even know what CUDA is. I don't know. I suspect it'd probably be worse. It's not something that we've put much effort into, and I wouldn't even know where to begin if we did. I wish for Gleam to have other web frameworks. The more the merrier. Well, we've got Wisp. There was one called Espresso that I think stopped. There's the one I always call Pensive, but like that's not what it's called. But I don't know what the word is that it's called. What's it called? It's let's go to the packages site. I guess. Oh, these nuts taste really stale. Oh, they are not new. Pevensey? How do you pronounce that? I always think it's pensive, but it's not. Oh, it's a person. Oh, it's a surname. I have read Chronicles of Narnia, but like when I was 10 or something. So Pevensies. Will Gleam replace JavaScript on the front end, like you can do with Ruby? I'm not sure what you mean by that, but like you can do with Ruby. You can, in a project, do all of your front end stuff in Gleam if you want to. Yes. It won't replace JavaScript in the way of like becoming the world's most popular programming language. I think that is extremely unlikely. As cool as it would be. Pevensies. Is it a Welsh name? Pevensey. Oh, there's a place. How do you pronounce it? Go away. How do I do it? Pevensey. Okay. That's a different way. Pevensey. Okay, there you go. It's not pensive. It's something else. All right. What's next? Or have I become? Or am I bored? Oh, maybe I'll fix that bug. Invalid pass generated in Erlang. Yeah. Yeah, I'll fix that. I'm actually trying to do a basic CRUD using Gleam and Wisp. Can I do like pure HTML on my front end using Bootstrap and then handle the server-side Wisp? Yeah, that's probably the most common way to write a web application in Gleam at the moment. You know, just do it the old school way. I really like that. How am I gonna show this? Right. We're gonna do some Rust programming. Oh yeah, hardcore. Let's go. Okay, so we have a bug. The bug is demonstratable. Okay, so I got to do this quickly because my computer's going to get really hot compiling Rust, and then it's going to throttle, and then I won't be able to stream anymore. So, compile test project. Okay. How often does this get used? Not hugely often. Compile test project. The dep has 3 things. Test path. What is this first argument? Dep package, dep name. This looks wrong anyway. Like, Okay. So let's say that we take test path, dep, root project. Okay. So the problem is when you are, we now render. When we render Erlang files, we embed the name of the file in the path to the file in the generated Erlang to get nice error messages. We have an escaping problem in Windows where it just, yeah, doesn't look right. So, let's copy, no, not that one. This one, let's make a new test. Grab this so people know what the context is. Windows, Windows, file escape. Cool, there you go. Some nice C stuff. Come on, compile faster, please. Unnecessary qualification. Oh, that reads really badly now. Okay, let's try and run the tests. God, my computer's already chugging. It's not getting too hot. Do 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 do. Oh, I love Rust programming. You just spend all day waiting for things to compile. How long do you think it's going to take, folks? I could never be a Rust influencer because, like, I would need a significantly more expensive computer. The, what was it, 4-year-old MacBook Air is not going to cut it. Come on. Oh, source path is not in scope. Okay. And so I called it file path, which is just wrong. Oh my gosh, my editor's lagging the heck out. Nimi, when you said will Gleam replace JavaScript on the front end like you can do with Ruby, what did you mean by that? I'm very curious about the Ruby bit. How do you replace JavaScript with Ruby? Oh, got this in the bin. Oh, something just happened. I went away and there was a noise. Hello, what was it? Oh, it's, sorry. Carlos Sujin, follow me. Carlo Sujin. Oh, I didn't actually turn it into a test because I'm an absolute fool. Is it like that? I can't remember how you do it. Yes. Oh, what have I done? Stop that. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's locked up. Still snacking 24-hour stream. Woo! 2025 is the year of Ruby in the browser. There is actually a Ruby to JavaScript compiler, and I know this because I worked in a Ruby place. How long ago was that? 8 or 9 years ago, where we were like seriously looking at using it. It's called Opal. It looks really cute. Oh dear. My whole editor has completely died. Oh, man. Oh, it did something. It did something. There we go. Mutable references. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. No, actually, I encourage everyone to put Ruby in the browser. That sounds hilarious. I don't know why you would ever do that. It'd be really slow. Basically, Opal. Yeah, Opal. That's the one I was talking. I see. That's what we were on about. Yeah, Opal's cool. We do this. We can do the same thing. We can compile to JavaScript. Although the Gleam JS is, in my opinion, much better than Opal because it doesn't have a huge runtime penalty. Hey, look, the test pass. This one doesn't though. See, and here we go. This is demonstrating the problem where these backslashes end up like escaping like the R, the P, the T, the M. The O. That sounds like that jungle tune. Super sub shooter. The S, the U, the P, the E, the R, the S, the A. So let's go over to. I don't remember where it is. This one. Oh. Oh, this is the wrong thing. This is the wrong file. That's why. So this is in the test package thing, but that's not what we want. We want it in the compiler core. Oh gosh, there's millions of them. Can I like jump to the top somehow? There we go. Right, path. Let path equals path dot replace. I think this is gonna be a single quote. Yeah, this gonna be a character. Replace this with doo. Maybe do that. Ruby on Rails is great for the static rendered part of the front end, not so much for actual browser logic. Yeah. Rails paid the bills for 10-year projects, but hard to find a use case for it with new projects since Phoenix matured. Yeah. Yeah. I have to. Okay, so if it's an eco string, I have to use a str. I can't use a character as the replacey thingy bobby. That's okay. I can deal with that. I'm a big boy. It's okay. I can begrudgingly accept that. Come on, computer. I believe in you. You can do it. Oh, my computer's getting warmer. It's getting warmer. It's getting slower. Okay. Okay. Yay! Look, now we're escaping things appropriately. Do. So let's accept that snapshot. Do I want to accept this? Yeah, I do. Yeah. That looks good. And let's update the change log. The change log. I kind of need to backport this fix. That's really annoying. Oh, why? Okay. Fixed a bug where why would you want to do browser logic? Asking because I'm not a web dev. There's lots of times in which you want to run code in the browser because it results in a superior user experience to doing it entirely in the browser. So for an example would be, let's go over to our websites. A really simple example would be, I want to open this sidebar. I press the button, it immediately opens. I don't have to like reload the page or anything, that's fine. This is done with JavaScript. You know, this is a little bit of code that runs inside the browser. That's a really lovely use case for it. And you could have a fallback or something that like loads a whole page. The alternative is like you'd click the button and it would like, you know, do this effectively. You know, you have that much time would have to pass for it to open it. And then I click the little X and then I'd have to do that again. That would be really annoying. And the slower your backend is, the more annoying it would be. So a little bit of JavaScript can make things a lot nicer to work with. Oh, look. I'm going to ban this person. I'm going to ban this person trying to sell things. How do I do it? Ban. You have been banned. I'm too powerful. You can't stop me. Benjamin says, hey, welcome. Just catching you live? Yeah. Asking as a passive observer of Gleam. I saw your presentations at FOSDEM in Belgium. Awesome. Is there already a framework similar to Phoenix in Gleam? Not similar to Phoenix. There's a web framework called, not yet at least, there's a web framework called Wisp, which is, if you think, if we're doing a comparison to Python, you could say that Phoenix is a Django and Wisp is a Flask. So there's a web framework and there's enough for you to do, you know, to be productive and do business programming, but it isn't as all singing or dancing or bells and whistles as you would get in Django. It's less opinionated than that. Elixir doesn't really have a less opinionated framework so much. Or it does, like you could use plug by itself, or you could use Ace, or probably just those two really. Sorry, Rax rather than Ace. They're quite related, those two. But none of them have really taken off that much. I would always use just plug myself. Fixed a bug where Erlang file paths would not be escaped on Windows. Let's add my name. Yeah, I'm gonna have to backport this as well. That's gonna be annoying. Okay. So let's run. I normally would run the tests, but I don't want to anger the CPU gods at the moment. So let's copy this SHA. I'm gonna need to backport it onto check out v1.5.0 git cherry pick that to here, and changelog is going to moan at me. Okay, no, let's undo that cherry pick. So let's go to here. Yes, but let's grab that SHA so we can cherry pick. Okay. How am I going to do this? The 1.5.1 and the 2024 09 8 26. Backporting fixes is so annoying. Okay. Now I want to oops. Version equals 1.5.0. Version equals 1.5.1. Yes. Yeah, run the test once. Probably a good idea. Oh, dear me. What time is it? It's like nearly 2. Oh my gosh. Oh, the pre-roll thing's moaning at me again. I'm going to have to put another advert on in a sec. I may be able to put an advert on while we're waiting for this to compile, actually. I'll do that real fast. Be right back. Enjoy an advert. I mean, I'm still gonna be here for those of you who've turned off adverts. So, pre-roll ads are disabled for 21 minutes. Ooh, how exciting! Very nice Vim setup. Seems daunting. This is lazy Vim, so yeah, it's lazy Vim. I didn't write it. It's quite nice. I want to replace it with my own config. Wow, my computer's really struggling in future. Do. I love Rust. It takes all the time in the world to compile. It's really fun. I just get to sit here and just chill. Do nothing. Do. Apparently people are being shown Durex ads from my stream. So you prefer simple Vim? I like NeoVim. My problem with lazy Vim is that I don't understand the config. I want to be able to, like, I don't like magic. Like, the whole point in Gleam really is you don't get magic. You can look at code and understand it pretty straightforwardly. Like, that's what I want from my editor config as well. I've just not got around to doing it. Oh, look, the tests are running. Oh, it worked. Good. Okay, so now I can... let's see... v1.5.1, and I can tag that as well. Oh, push that tag, and then go over to main, and let's put... Oh, someone is driving very fast outside my house. How obnoxious. I really want them to make my street one way or something, because, like, at the end of it, it's too narrow for 2 cars. Oh! How annoying. That's fine. That's fine. Is it? Yeah, that's fine. It's quite funny looking. It's funny looking. That's fine. I'll fix that. That doesn't actually break anything. But the thing I'm interested in is new release. What is this? v.x.y.z. I don't know what that is. That's weird. So pop a release. Good. And now if I look at this, I can get the... How do I browse files? I suppose I should put it on a branch, really. Grab that. And now I can find that file thing that I looked at previously. Nice. I've seen in the web that you are planning some kind of macro feature. I'm not planning any macro feature. Does that not contradict the easy to interpret philosophy? I don't like the word macros because it doesn't mean anything. Whenever people say, "Oh, Robin, thank you very much for following. Great to have you." Macros. When people say macros, people have really strong assumptions about what it means. depending on where they've come from. So it could mean anything from C macros to Lisp macros to Elixir macros to Rust's 3 different macro systems. There's so many different things you could call macros, and they're all good in different ways, and they've all got their benefits and drawbacks. But as you say, let's back up a little. They're all different in different ways, and that means if you have a discussion about whether we should we have macros or that sort of thing, and people just say macro, we're all talking about different things. So it's much better to not use the word macro and precisely describe exactly what that feature is, because there's so many different things that could be considered macros. I think that there may be some space in Gleam for some form of metaprogramming. Now, the difficult thing is, how do we do that in a way that fits well with Gleam's goals and constraints and so on? It's a really hard problem. It's a really difficult bit of language design. And no one has done any work on it, really, as far as I can tell. I've done a little bit of work on it, but I often like to do work and then not share it, because I'm always interested in if more than one person comes to the same conclusion, that's better evidence that it's a good idea. And so there's been lots of things where I've sort of figured out what I think this could be an interesting approach, and then I wait and see if anyone else also comes up with the same set of ideas. And if they do, then cool, maybe we can explore it. But no one's really come up with anything for metaprogramming, macros, code generation, this sort of thing. It's all been, I would like a macro system. Okay, what would that be? How would it work? And they go, and then you never get any more. You never get any more. So people need to do the work on it, really. You're going to be at Codebeam Europe. Yes, I'm speaking at Codebeam Europe, so I'm going to be there. Yeah, looking forward to meet you. I'll see you there. So yeah, it's a tricky one. I don't think anyone. It's quite interesting. Language design or development. People want to ask for features, but no one wants to do the work and figure out all the details. And the little details are the hard bit, and the really hard bit. You don't want to implement something then learn about it. You want to learn about it and then decide if you want to implement it, and change your design based upon that. Do we think this has worked? Oh wait, no, I'm not meant to have done that. I've done it wrong anyway. I've done it wrong. Oh. Why is this erroring? Oh, I've messed up. I've made a mistake. I'm not used to backporting, so I've done the process wrong. So this one I need to get rid of. That's okay. Right. And the Android Andy. Hello. Welcome to Gleam programming brackets until I get bored or hungry, which might be coming up, really. I fixed a Rust bug, which took ages, mostly just because of how long it takes to compile Rust. I think a less verbose style of OCaml macros could be cool, or something like Zig's comp time. Zig's comp time is perfectly unsuited to ML languages because it destroys static analysis. It works really badly with types. It's a great system. It's just really badly suited to Gleam. OCaml macros. Okay, so the problem with OCaml macros, I don't know. It depends what you mean by a less verbose style. A goal is not going to be to make it not verbose. In fact, I think OCaml's the verbosity, the difficulty of the interface of OCaml's one, I think, is a really nice property because it means people don't use it. And I think you want to design your system such that the things that are the good ideas that you should use all of the time are the obvious and easy things to do, and the things that you use as a last resort when you really know what you're doing should be hard. OCaml has a really nice thing where people are not writing loads of macros, even though it has a powerful macro system. That's great. I would probably want to copy OCaml's verbosity if I was going to do something like that. If you look at the opposite with that would be so Elixir Erlang nifs, natively implemented functions, when you implement something in C or Zig or Rust or C++ or whatever, and then you compile it to a static, to a shared library, and then you you load that into the VM, and then when you call this function, it uses the C implementation instead. Has loads of sharp edges on it, has loads of drawbacks, but in some cases, it's a really good, like 2% of the time, it's a really good option. And because it's kind of really awkward and pain in the ass to work with, you wait until that you wait until you know you need it. Awesome. There's a project called Rustler, which is awesome. Don't get me wrong, it's a really well made, awesome project that is all about making NIFs easier to write. And they've made it so easy. People go, oh, I'm just gonna take that Rust library and I'm gonna turn it into a NIF, and then I'm gonna put it on hex. And even though and now we've got packages that depend upon the Rust toolchain, have loads of annoying runtime characteristics, and are in this entirely unrelated different language. There's loads of drawbacks to them, but they're just really easy to make. And people are doing that instead of writing good Beam code. That's a shame, I think. Rustler's awesome. I just don't want it to. I don't want it to encourage you pick up you go on Hex and you look for a package and you go, oh look, this looks really good. It says it does what I want, and then you look at it, it's oh, now I need to compile tons of Rust code. Oh, my build is really slow. Oh look, it's locking up the scheduler. Oh, it's doing all these things. Oh look, it can bring down the whole VM because you no longer get all the fault tolerant properties anymore. Friction is good. Often you want to make things worse to make them better. I think that 75% of things that macro solve can be solved with really good tooling, like code actions from the language server. Hell yeah, completely agree with you there. So Gleam compiler is written in Rust and takes Gleam code and compiles to Erlang VM code. Yes, or it can compile to JavaScript, or it can compile it to JavaScript code. You have to write the macro system basic before encoded. That's a thing that Malbol? That's a word I've never said out loud before. Malbol? Is that real? Do they have to do that? Someone's gonna have to give me some context on that. So yeah, I don't know what a metaprogramming system for Gleam would look like. Yeah, I'm aware of the project. I mean, the base64 bit. Is that real? Does it have something in here about it being base64? Whoa, wait, hold on. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. No, I was thinking of something else. No. Okay. Wow. What's going on? What is this? This is not what I thought it was. Good old intercal. What? Okay. Oh, I don't know, mate. Oh, I'm scared. Mom, pick me up. I'm scared. I want to go home. Rust is so slow, man. Everything takes too long in this language. Do you think enough of it's compiled yet? Oh, look, it just finished. Okay, so now I can do this. This is the correct way around to do it. Come on. Yeah. No, it's not pre-release. This is the latest release. 1.5.1. Yes. Lovely. Good. Cool. We fixed an actual thing today. That's quite handy, eh? I'm gonna go and have a bathroom break. So, see you in 2 minutes, folks. Back in a sec. Wait, hold on. I gotta put the thing on that says I'm going to be back in a sec. There we go. Bye. Hello, I'm back. 3, 2, 1. Boom! Advert over. Yeah, I've got to get a haircut in a bit. It's not base 64. It's some crazy pointer cipher with the printer and its value. Gosh, that sounds rude. Even crazier. Oh, I just broke my star. I'm gonna have to message Duffy about that. Nice background, isn't it good? Oh, Revachol. Oh. I love Revachol. I need to play the game again at some point. What am I playing at the moment? Like Road 47 or something? I can't remember. I've played one day of that. It's pretty cool. Is there any other things we should do, folks? I should probably tell everyone that releases out. Suggestions, or I'll just go get my haircut, I think. Oh, Jack's just announced that he's speaking at GoTo. That's going to be exciting. Gleam V1. Sorry, I can't show you this. It's on the wrong browser because I'm not logged in on to Twitter and Safari. Is out now with a bug fix for Windows. Oh, yeah. So there you go, folks. Any suggestions? Or should we wrap it up? If anyone else wants to stream, actually, I'm happy to I'll raid you. We can like do the baton pass if we've got no good ideas. No? Okay. Well, I guess that's it. It has been 3 hours, so that's a little while. That's a little while, you know. Good to get the rust off, but so Twitch. Anything you want to say before I go? Check out Code. What is it called? Check out Code Crafters. Link in the description. Where you can go learn Gleam and learn Redis and learn all these things by actually making them. It's pretty cool. Who am I following who's online? Software, Blender, things. Why I can't remember who. Why am I following this person? Who are they? Let's see if I recognize them. Oh gosh, my speakers aren't loud. I don't remember who they are. Let's rate them. Thanks for coming, folks. I've had a lovely time. I hope you've had fun too. We'll do a bit more. I said this last time, but then my electronics broke, so I couldn't. We'll do some more in the future. And yeah, keep Gleam hacking. Sponsor me on GitHub sponsors. Blah blah blah. XYZ. Have fun. Enjoy your Thursday. Ooh, this is a bit exciting, isn't it? All right, let's go. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.